smart.
22nd International Congress on Modeling and Simulation, Hobart, Tasmania, Australia, 3 to 8 December 2017, of the analysis of some data from 2 ABI trials, E. L. Mahasni and G. Burgess, National Security and ISR Division, Defense, Science and Technology Group. Abstract. Data fusion can be defined as the process of integrating data and information, typically from multiple sources and source types. The key to good data fusion is the ability to utilize all available information regardless of where it comes from in order to better understand the domain under surveillance. In addition, a growing area of interest in intelligence is in activity-based intelligence, ABI. It requires the combination of different pieces of data from different sources and different in their semantic nature. That is, some data might be numerical and other data might be qualitative. In order to conduct ABI, consideration must also be given to human activity and relationships, as these are not typically covered in low-level intelligence gathering. The aim of this paper is to give an overview of some of the issues and challenges involved arising from the analysis of data from 2 ABI trials, Pimento and Jalapeno, conducted by DST group, including integrating different levels of fusion, which involves the human element of relationships. In Pimento, the goal was to develop and formulate some concepts that could be useful in understanding ABI. Taking the GPS as a proxy for tracks, techniques were developed to derive cinematics like speed and interactions like potential meetings, and cases where 2 or more entities might have traveled together were derived. More complex procedures involve the use of open source software tools to better understand the locations entities have crossed or visited. Interactions were also visualized through social network tools. In Jalapeno, many of these concepts remained with the aim there to combine data from different sources so that not only basic cinematic information was provided, but also some contextual why data could be gleaned. Keywords: activity-based intelligence, data fusion, social networks. 1. Introduction. For people working in the geospatial domain, there is often the need to combine diverse data sets. Data fusion can be defined as the process of integrating data and information, typically from multiple sources and source types. However, this is not trivial, as information may contain uncertainty or imprecision. In addition, these data from these sources might need to be refined or transformed so that the normative or standardized scale is used when combining different pieces of information. That is, sensor data and eyewitness accounts might be available, but the former is precisely measured, whilst the latter provides context and is more qualitative. A further issue in intelligence is the need to update new data being observed. These tasks can be non-trivial, but the key to good data fusion is information regardless of where it comes from, in order to better understand the domain under surveillance. Correspondingly, a growing area of interest in intelligence is in activity-based intelligence, ABI. It requires the combination of different pieces of data from different sources and different in their semantic nature. In order to conduct ABI, consideration must also be given to human activity relationships, which are not typically covered in low-level intelligence gathering. The aim of this paper is to give an overview of some of the issue and challenges involved arising from the analysis of data from 2 ABI trials conducted by DST group, including integrating different levels of fusion, which involves the human element of relationships. OPSEC 1996. 2. Activity-based intelligence. Intelligence can be defined as the evaluation resulting from the collation, evaluation, analysis, integration, and interpretation of collected information. OPSEC 1996. A function of intelligence is to reduce ambiguity or the uncertainty inherent in the interpretation of observed activity. Intelligence can be divided into 2 categories: strategic and operational. Strategic intelligence is long-term and often focused on policy to address the national interest. This area covers politics, military affairs, economics, social interaction, and technological development. Operational intelligence is concerned with near-term or current events and is often used to determine the capability and feasibility of a current program or operation. Activity-based intelligence, ABI, is defined by the Office of the Undersecretary of Defense in the U.S. as, quote, a discipline of intelligence where the analysis and subsequent collection is focused on the activity transactions associated with an entity, a population, or an area of interest, unquote. Phillips, 2012. ABI integrates multiple sources of intelligence requiring cinematic and qualitative data. That paper also notes the presence, activities, culture, social structure / organization, networks and relationships, motivation, intent, vulnerabilities, and capabilities of humans, either individually or in groups, across all domains of the operational environment are a vital and integral part of ABI. In ABI, analysts seek to discover abnormality in the observations, trends, and patterns by correlating multiple sources of information in space and time. BAE 2013. ABI's aims can be summarized as follows. Phillips, 2012. Characterize and locate activities and transactions. 2. Identify and locate entities conducting the activities and transactions. 3. Identify and locate networks of actors, meetings, or an entity following another entity lead to the inference there is a relationship between 2 entities. 4. Understand the relationships between these networks. 5. Develop patterns of life which allow detection of anomalous behavior or changes in pattern. Miller, 2013, makes a similar observation. He quotes Bouthier from NGA, National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, who in GeoInt 2012 stated ABI is, quote, a rich new data source for observing the world and the connectedness between objects and entities in the world, unquote. These definitions underline the nebulous nature of ABI, its capability and relative infancy. ABI consists of multiple layers of information, which often come from different types of sources. This means that ABI analysis is more than tracking and following a target of interest with a particular predefined goal. With that in mind, Pimento was run as the integral trial under the Wide Area Surveillance and Activity-Based Intelligence Wasabi project in May 2014. The goal of this trial was to collect from a variety of sources, including an airborne sensor platform with the data and being analyzed. From late November until early December of that year, the Jalapeno trial was run also as part part of Project Wasabi. This paper provides a summary of the techniques developed and the analysis of data obtained in both trials, as well as an overview of the issues and challenges arising from the analysis of this trial data, including in integrating different levels of fusion and involving the human element of relationship. 3. Pimento trial. This trial sought to address 3 objectives. 1. To develop and discuss concepts for tools that would assist an intelligence analyst to infer activities conducted during the May 2014 trial and during similar operations. 2. To establish descriptions for the actual activities conducted during the May 2014 trial. These may include statements like A was walking toward the shops, unquote, or higher level description like, quote, this group of people are organizing for a rally with the intent to disrupt the flow of traffic, unquote. These descriptions may form the basis for assessing tools which would assist in intelligence analysts. 3. To provide suggestions about intelligence aspects of subsequent trials, such as how to infer more about the activities, social relationships, and intents. 3.1. Ground activities. The notional mission for the plane operators was to conduct wide area surveillance of a pre-specified region and to detect and monitor anomalous activities or activities of interest, such as a group of people planning to cause a public nuisance. Airborne sensors was therefore to provide persistent coverage of a large area with a wide area, low resolution camera to complement a narrow area, high resolution camera. Lotch described a similar concept for and writes, quote, security domain include video, FMV, and wide area motion imagery.